up, guys? It's Josh here. Today we are in a 2015 Nissan Sentra SV. Yes, I know it's no race car, but the reason I wanted to view this car is I've seen quite a people kind of hate on it a little bit, and plus, I mean, I've had it for the past 2 weeks because I'm still waiting for my STI to get out of the shop. And from my experience, I mean, it's a pretty good car. I mean, I'm kind of amazed it's a Sentra. I mean, I've grown up. I mean, that's all I used to drive was Nissan. I mean, I had 2 Sentras. One was the 2000 model SC with the SR20 in it. Then I had a 04 Nissan Sentra SCR Spec V. Loved that car. I had it for 10 years. And I had a Nissan 350Z. And one of my things is about this car that blows my mind is how much they have changed the insides of this car. Of how much they've changed the insides of this car. Because before, I mean, you had this not really good interior at all. I mean, it was just pretty much hard, ugly plastic. I mean, you could literally pull everything apart from the dash within 5 minutes. And nowadays, I mean, the Sentra, I mean, you've got nice cloth on the sides here. Sorry about that. Everybody decided to blow my phone up at the last minute. But like I said, I mean, you got the nice cloth here on the side of the doors. You got nice material here on the dash. You actually got cup holders here in the middle that you can actually use instead of like the other Sentras, because I mean, they were right up here where the shifters and everything were. And I mean, to me, I mean, my hand was always hitting them or they were in the way. And not only that, I mean, you got actual nice sound systems now. I mean, like this right here has got a 5-inch screen in it that's got Bluetooth. You can get navigation, XM radio, and you can throw your apps and stuff up on the dash here, text and everything, make calls. And all the other Sentras, I mean, you couldn't do that stuff. So I mean, I'm kind of amazed with that. And yes, people, you can throw Facebook up on the little screen here through your phone and control it. It's kind of like an Altima, but smaller now is what they got the Sentra like. Because I mean, even the grille in the front is kind of like the 2011 and up Altima's grills. And you got the nice LED accents in the front of the headlights. And then you also got, in the armrest, you got your auxiliary and USB cable. And then in the center of the dash here, you've got a little 2 or 3 inch screen here. I mean, it tells you the miles as you flip through it. It also tells you how many miles you got until you run out of gas, what gear you're in. And another thing where it's got 3 different sport modes. Like you got sport, eco, and then if you're not got either one of them cleared, I guess it's kind of like the standard in between. But if you're in the eco, like on the gauge cluster here, when you're flipping through it or whatever, it's got this one little area. It's like a green bar, and it's got a bunch of little bars that goes back and forth, and it looks like a foot and a gas pedal. Well, as long as you keep the bars in the green, you're getting the fuel economy best efficiency that you can get. And it shows that when you press the gas, when you go out of it as well. But with me being a race car person and everything, I kind of got a heavy foot and like to keep it in sport mode. And all the models, there's 4 different models. No, there's 5 different models of this car. You have a S, SV, SR, SL, and a FE plus S. And they all have the same automatic CVT transmission. But if you do want the 6-speed, it only comes in 1 model. Way to go, Nissan. And that is just the standard S base model. That's the only one you can get here in America with a 6-speed. Now, like I was saying, this car has the 1.8 dual overcam 16 valve inline 4. It has 130 horsepower and 28 foot-pounds of torque. So now you see what I mean by no race car lock. Right here's to the floor. Better hold on. But no. Yeah, I was at 60 when I punched it, and I just now hit 80. So this car is not meant for speed whatsoever. But usually on the Sentras and stuff, they're usually kind of cram-packed inside of them. I mean, you're kind of like, I used to feel like anyways, and I'm not a big guy. I mean, I'm just 5'10", just 180 pounds. But I mean, I used to feel kind of squish in it. But now, I mean, there's like a lot of room in here. I mean, this seat can go way back, plenty more, and I mean, even back here, somebody 6 foot tall can sit back there comfortable and their knees won't be in the chair. And all the other previous Sentras, no, that wouldn't happen. There is hardly no back seat whatsoever. And you got plenty of headroom. I mean, there's a lot of headroom. The trunk, it's bigger. I mean, you could throw 2 people back there in the trunk and they'd have plenty of room probably. But I mean, for this car, where I've been using it, like I said, for the past 2 weeks, I've been using it mainly just to go to work and come home, commute. And I drive about an hour to work and an hour from work. And I've seen anywhere about 33 miles. Yeah, 33 miles per gallon is what I usually get. I mean, like I said, I could get a lot better if I keep my foot out of it. But when I fill this car up, it says I can get 425 miles. And that's pretty good for a little 13-gallon gas tank. Because I work 4 days out of the week, and usually a full tank of gas will last me all week. But they say you can see anywhere from 27 to 40 miles per gallon in the Sentra, and I think it could happen with no problem. And another thing is, if you're in eco mode, I would not recommend going up big hills in that mode, because it literally will take you forever and you will have no power. Because what the eco mode does, it cuts the power acceleration down so you won't use as much gas. And even if you got like a lot of luggage in the car, I would recommend using sport mode as well, or just turn them all off and just be in the regular old standard mode. But the outside of the car and everything, I actually like this outside pretty well. I mean, the model before this I thought it was ugly. I could not stand that body style at all. But my favorite years, the 04s to 06, the B15, I guess this would be the B17. I don't know why they didn't make this SCR Spec V in this version, because I think it'd be pretty awesome. Now the wheels on this car, it's just the factory Steelies with the hubcaps. They're 16 by 6.5 on the P205 55 tires. The person who bought this car plans on putting aftermarket wheels on it, and they want to pay the extra money for the Ollie factory wheels, which I don't blame them there. And on this car, like I was saying, with the apps and stuff where you can throw all that up there, it's got the hand-freeze text message, phone calls, scroll through your music on your iPad, or I mean iPod if you connect through here, or the music on your phones. You can do all of it right here on the controls of the steering wheel. And you got cruise control and all that and resets. And also for a car that ain't meant for speed or handling or anything, I mean, this thing actually handles pretty well for what it is. I mean, I still wouldn't recommend going up to curves and trying to do way over the speed limit in them. But I mean, it does quite decent in them. I mean, there's not really that much of body roll at all. I mean, sometimes you can feel it, like if it's a real good sharp curve and you jerk it real hard, yeah, you'll feel the body roll big time. But like when I'm doing this right here, I don't feel the body roll too well at all. But one thing that I will say is, I think Nissan could have put a little bit better seats in these models, because I mean the bottom of them are just flat. I mean they're comfortable, don't get me wrong there. I mean, they're okay for long trips and stuff, but they're really not that comfortable, and they don't hug me enough, if you understand what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not asking for like race car seats in this car, no, not at all. But I mean, I do feel like they should be a little bit more padded on the sides to hold you in just a little bit better. I mean, the car's got plenty of vision to look around in. There's not really no blind spots. I mean, everywhere you look, I mean, you can see out just fine. And with a sound system, Nissan has this thing called the Nissan Connect, which is supposed to help interact with your phone and help you throw your apps up and everything on your phones onto the dash and the display, in the 5-inch color display. And the app, I'm not too crazy about it. I didn't like it too well. I felt like it was kind of difficult because it didn't want to work right or anything. And when you put this in the reverse with the display, it does have the rear view camera that pops up, and it's got the lines and stuff to help you know when you're getting close to something so you don't back right into it. So I'm gonna do a dead takeoff and show you this thing ain't quick at all. Woo-hoo! Oh yeah, feel that power. Oh boy. Okay, anyways, yeah. Don't judge me. But I mean, I have to give it to Nissan. I mean, they have really stepped up the game in the Sentras. I mean, they're not just this plain old Jane car now. I mean, you've actually kind of somewhat got luxury, and people in the back are kind of going to be more comfortable than what they used to be. So you got a little bit of tire squall there. I mean, I'm going around a curve. It's pretty steep. But if you're looking for like your high school kids, or just a car to go to work in or go out to do your shopping back and forth, I would definitely recommend this car. Like I said, it's good on gas. You got plenty of room. You got plenty of stuff now to entertain yourself in this car. So I mean, it's not a bad car at all. And for it not have Brembo brakes or nothing, I mean, this car, it stops pretty good for what it is. And not too long ago, another thing that I found out was kind of pretty cool was, like, with the center cluster here, is it showed me the warning of a tire being low. As I was filling the tire up with air, the horn sound. I was like, what the heck was that? Well, I finally realized that it has a tire sensor in it to warn you whenever you have hit tire pressure that's recommended for the tires. So that's pretty cool as well. And it's also got the push start, the keyless entry. As long as you got the key in your pocket or whatever, you can come up, unlock the door, chop right in, put your foot on the brake and just push start, and it's good to go. I like that feature a lot in these cars, which a lot of cars are starting to have that now. And another thing I forgot, for when you got people in the back, it does have a pull down armrest with 2 cup holders in it for them. You've got the 2 cup holders here and the cup holders in your doors that are meant for it as well. The gauges in this car, I mean, they're pretty nice, lit up good. You can see them with no problem. They're not just plain Jane 90s or 80s gauge clusters. They're actually really nice. But there is a few things that I do not like about this model car, Sentra, is the CVT transmission. I mean, yes, in the Maximas, they're awesome as can be. The only reason I don't like it is sometimes I feel like the motor and the transmission get mixed up together, and it doesn't act right, and it also sounds like it's like a slipping clutch, and it winds out. The motor will wind out, and you're not really going anywhere, and it'll take it a few seconds sometimes to catch up. So yeah, that's one thing I don't care too much about, and I think Nissan needs to kind of address and step up in, is the CVT transmission. And another thing is the Nissan Connect app that they have. They need to do a little bit more work with it as well, because I mean it ain't too phone friendly. I mean, it took me a while to get my phone set up with this. And eventually, I mean, I just deleted the app and just did the Bluetooth and just throw my music up on there and my text messages and phone calls and all that. But all in all, I'm very impressed with the Sentras. Because when I was first borrowing this car to use for work and stuff while I'm waiting for my car to get out, I wasn't expecting the Sentras inside to be like this. I mean, I was kind of blown away. I was like, is this really a Sentra? Because I mean, like I'm saying, it's kind of like a mini Altima. Well, guys, this is all I got today on this car. I mean, I'm impressed with it. Hopefully this helps you out. Some of you people is looking at the Sentra and you're not like, it's a Sentra. Well, it is a Sentra, but it's kind of luxury a little bit. So if you're looking for a good car to go to work, a good car for somebody starting out driving, or a good car for your kids or whatever to have, I recommend this car. And with that being said, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, keep on following me, because I've got more car reviews coming up, got some more car shows coming up, and also I got my car build coming up that's going to be done pretty soon, and I'm going to be tearing up the streets in it. So I just want to thank you for being with me today, with me on this review, and following me, and hope to see y'all again next time. Peace.